All right, I have the jute glued down. Now I'm getting ready basically to start working on getting the kick panels and the speakers for the kick panels installed. I did cut out the provision basically for the screws for the console to mount here to the transmission tunnel. So I'm good to go on that, and I got the wires. I had a lot of extra wire here, so I just kind of balled it up with wire ties and just have that cinched there. And I have the other wires that got to go back here to the light that goes in the console. I have a ground wire that I need to fasten, and I need to look at the look on the manual. But this ground, I thought this would go here, but it doesn't. The bolt's too big. I mean, obviously this is an aftermarket wire harness, but if I can't figure it out to put it there, I'm gonna have to drill a little hole somewhere on the shifter to get a good ground so I can mount that ground wire for the console light. But other than that, I'm gonna get to the kick panel and see how things are gonna fit in with that. Hey everybody, thank you for watching Weekend Garage. So today, what I'm working on basically is I'm working on getting the kick panels installed. I got to get the speakers put in. Also, I'm going to try to see if I can start working on getting the carpet installed as well. Another thing I want to show you guys is and I should have done this a long time ago, you know, regarding lining up the windows. I picked up these blocks here. These are basically just replicas of the blocks that the factory used to line up the window glass. These are basically the company I bought them for. They're just 3D printed. They're modeled after the factory ones. They're even the same color. So I'm going to work on these basically to get my driver's side and passenger side. Actually, the driver's side I think is good to try to get everything lined up. Another thing as well that just came in, literally like 5 minutes ago, is I got my pull straps for the door panels. So I've been waiting for these. So this is good. Now I just got to speed up now basically because everything's coming in. You know, I did place the order for the gas tank a couple of weeks ago. So I'm waiting for the gas tank to come in. But my goal really is I need to hurry up and get this interior all done. Because then basically I want to slap the gas tank on and see if I can get this thing started up. Another thing is I'm still trying to figure out a place where I can send my bumper off, my rear bumper off, to get it repaired and get it re-chromed. So if you know of any places, let me know. I know there's an outfit out of Tennessee. I'm drawing a blank, and there's also another outfit, I think it's out of Oregon as well. Be nice if I can find something in California. I know there's a couple of shops. All the good stuff is in other states, basically, all the good chrome. So I'm really trying to see where I can find a nice place to ship that bumper off to. So let's get into this. Okay, I'm cracking open this box that has the kick panels in them. Let's take a look at these things, see what they look like. I got these from OPG. Look pretty nice. They feel a little thin. I guess that doesn't matter. All right, here's the part number for these kick panels. They look like they're gonna fit pretty good. All right, so we're looking at the driver's side right now. I haven't tried to fit the speaker in, but it looks like quite a bit of room there. Pretty nice design, very shiny. Not sure if I'm gonna paint them or not with vinyl paint to match. It all looks good. So I'm just gonna kind of fiddle with this for a minute. What I'm gonna have to do basically is behind this, I'm gonna have to put some insulation back there. I can't have that all hollow back there. So I gotta figure out something for that. All right, I hated to do this, but it was kind of the only choice I had unless I just went with some cheap speakers. I ended up cutting that plate out right there. It's just a little cross section thing, and you can see it just laying in there. I just got to clean this up a little bit where I cut it off. Then I'm going to spray it with some Rust-Oleum, and then that speaker should be able to fit in just fine. All right, I got the holes all sprayed with Rust-Oleum where I cut it out. Looks like I'm going to have to cut it out a little more. Let me show you the driver's side here. Everything looks good, but when I stuck it on the kick panel, this is not, it'll go in right here just a little bit. I mean, that looks fine, but this speaker's offset in the kick when it's installed in the kick panel, so I'm gonna need to cut this out a little more on this side and work with that to see how I can get that to fit properly. Another thing, I gotta kick myself. You know, I got these speakers, these were like open box, and you see how the top is ripped there? It just crawls under my skin. To me, that's not worth $9 less. I should have just bought the new ones. But that's the story of my life. So I'm gonna get to working on getting this cut out, and we'll get those kick panels installed. All right, I stuck the kick panel in, and you can see where I cut the extra material out of there. I haven't sprayed it with Rust-Oleum yet because I'm still trying to see how it's gonna come together. So let's try this out, see how it goes here. And it looks like we're good. All I need to do basically is just cut this opening in the kick panel itself for the speaker to sit flush on there. So looks like we're good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick some insulation back there, so it's to help the acoustics of the speaker. All right, so if you guys remember from when I cut out the 6x9s in the back, I kept this insulation here just because that's what I do. I don't throw things away. And every time I throw something away, I'm looking for it. You know what I mean? Or it's a piece of metal or something that I could have used for something. So anyway, so I have two of these, and I'm gonna spray some adhesive on these, and I'm gonna basically stick them back there. All right, I'm also using these leftover insulation pieces that I used for the floor and behind the door panels and stuff, the armrest panels, I should say. Found this stuff too. I might use this. I'm just cutting the scraps up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically line the inner edges with this thicker stuff, and then this one I'll lay in the back there. And I am actually spraying some adhesive on. I'm going to pull this kick panel off and do that, but I just want to show you guys that's kind of my idea. So I'm going to get to work on that right now. So I just sprayed some Rust-Oleum on the cuts that I made here. And I want to show you guys, this is going to be perfect. So this is that insulation that I cut out for the 6x9s in the back. And guess what? It's going to fit perfectly in there. Now I got to work on getting that speaker hole cut out. All right, this is going to be a bit of a challenge because this speaker grill housing is a lot bigger than the provisions that I have here. So if I drop the speaker in there, I mean, everything overlaps just fine. Problem is this grill housing is pretty big, and so it's going to overlap. So what I did basically, in just trying to make some marks, I use a punch, and what I did is I basically just laid the grill down, and I used this chrome pin that I had used for my dash, and liquid chrome, to do the outline because it was kind of hard to see it on black. And so I need to cut this extra material out there that you can see, and then go ahead and drill this out so I can mount a speaker in there. So I'm gonna get on that right now. So what I'm using for this basically is I got a little stone bit that I'm using for my Dremel, and I'm using that basically just to grind this off here. So it's just a lot cleaner this way. So I already started working on it, so let me show you. It's pretty clean. It does a nice clean cut. It's a lot more delicate to deal with, so you can see what it looks like. So let's see if I can drop that speaker in right now. Okay, so I got everything ready to go here. So now what I just need to do is I just need to drill out these holes, and then I'll put the clips in so I can mount the speakers, and we'll be good to go. I'm also just going to stick this in there just to test fit it. Again, this is punched. That's why the drill's going through so easy, because I punched this. In other words, the drill bit would just walk all over the place. All right, I'll double check by just lining this up here. And we're good to go. All the holes lined up. So now I just gotta, speakers came with this little hardware kit, so I gotta basically mount these clips in here, and then I'll fit this in there without the speaker just to see how things look. All right, I got everything fitted in, and you can see what I was talking about earlier. There's actually a really big void back here, so I'm gonna need to fill that up. Maybe I'm gonna stuff some foam in there. I need to get my hands on some foam and work from there, because that's way too much area. Either way, I got to work on the passenger side, so at least the provisions are there to mount the speaker. I just got to put the cable for the speakers, just stick that in there, and then mount that, and we'll be good to go. All right, so I actually found some foam that I had saved up. Again, I don't throw anything away. So what I did pretty much is I lined this whole inner cavity here with this foam, and this is what it looks like here. So everything is all isolated, the speaker's isolated, and that's really the proper way to install a speaker. Make sure everything's isolated, so you'll get the best acoustic sound. So I got this piece pretty much cut. I just need to remove it there, bend it out a little bit, and I will be good to go. Don't want to touch it, obviously. It's really hot. There we go. So that's out of there. I'm just going to double check real quick to make sure the speaker is not going to hit anything, and then I'll spray it real quick with Rust-Oleum, and then I'll get to work on this side. Okay, same here on this side. I already have this insulation put in. I put some adhesive on one side, and I'm basically just lining the cavity here all around. I want to make sure that everything is insulated really good. So I'm going to basically line all the way around inside here, the cavity. And then I have that 6x9 piece that that I cut that I'm gonna stick in the back as well. So I want to make sure that this whole cavity here is full of insulation. So just kind of again wanted to show you guys. All right, I got all the foam stuffed in for the passenger side speaker. So I'm gonna get that mounted up, and we'll be good to go. All right, here goes nothing. I got the adjustment blocks on the window here, on where the window weather stripping goes. I got the 2 blocks just like the Fisher body manual states. The 2 blue right there, and then I got the red right down here. These basically they snap in the track. Let me see if I can get close here. Yeah, if you look close right there on this red one, you can see they just snap in the track. So I'm getting ready to roll up the window on the passenger side here, and we'll see how good a job I did. Basically, the window is supposed to have contact with all 3 points. Okay, I can see my first problem already. I didn't even get the window all the way rolled up because back here, the window's hitting this block here. Basically, the Fisher body manual tells you to loosen all of the bolts for the window for it to move and to be able to move into position. So, yeah, so I can see right away that this is not, the angle is wrong on the window. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the bolts up. All right, making some progress today. So I got the Dynamat on the passenger side rear quarter window armrest area, and I got the windows adjusted as well. All is good. You can see the speakers came out really nice. I'm real happy about that. Got junk all over the floor of the car, but everything looks really good, and I'm excited. I'm getting closer on this build, so stay tuned.